that went quickly. Okay, so just two things before we start. I want to mention. This week is the last week of Pyjama meditations. Don't panic. For now, I'm going to take a break. We're all taking a break, just for 2 weeks, and then we'll be back on the 14th of September. So we're here all this week, including Saturday, and then after the break, because I really need a break after I've been so busy. After the break, we're going to start on a Monday, and it's going to be Monday to Friday. So it's Monday the 14th that we'll be back. And these will carry on. So they will carry on through the autumn, but I shall be doing things on a Saturday at the centre, perhaps, who knows. But I'll certainly be doing things online on the Saturday, which sort of clash with doing morning meditation. So Monday to Friday, beginning again on the 14th, and we'll start our break after the Saturday meditation this week. So there's loads of recordings that you can access. So I hope that's okay. And the other thing is that we have a newcomers course. If you want to learn about Buddhism, we have a newcomers course. It's 4 Monday nights starting on the 21st of September, and I'm leading it. And it's online, and it'll be very friendly. So if you want to come, you can go to our website, buddhistcentre.org, and you'll find a link there. You'll find, if you click courses, you'll find where you can book. You must book, because it's likely to be oversubscribed. We can only take, I think, 20 bookings, I think, that we can take. So if you're interested, it's free. If you're interested in learning more about Buddhism, do come and join me. Okay. Yes, thank you, Karen and Carol. Good morning, Kate and Sarah and Karen and Laura. Good morning, Laura. So I just wanted to talk. We're going to do the self-care meditation this morning, and I wanted to say a few words about our minds. So my own way of looking at our minds is that we have two parts to our minds. There's the chattering mind that is completely caught up with our experience in our life so far. It's full of fear and doubt. Our chattering mind, it just is desperate to be safe. It wants to be happy. It desperately wants to be happy. And because our chattering mind wants to be happy, it tends to crave a lot. It craves happiness, and that doesn't work. So our chattering mind is deluded. It's seeking happiness in the wrong place, and it's affected by all the experiences we've had in our past. It's affected by our habits, and this makes our chattering mind creates suffering for us. It gets us into negative states of mind. It pushes us into anger and upset and all kinds of unpleasant things, and we can't just stop it. And there's nothing wrong with us for being like that. This is the human state. This is how we are as human beings. But there is another state of mind that is always there underneath this chattering mind, and this is for convenience we can call it awareness. And awareness arises moment by moment, as does the chattering mind. They're both constantly arising in the present moment. So this awareness is clean and pure, and is not affected by all our experiences in our life so far. And this awareness is always with us, even though we don't always notice it. It's just an awareness that, we wouldn't be able to tie our shoes or put our clothes on if we weren't aware. We are constantly aware. It's just that we don't really notice the quality of awareness because it's overlain by all this chattering from the ordinary mind. So when I talk in this meditation about being a good friend to ourselves, being our own best friend, or we talk about this side of us that can look after the frightened child, or this side of us that can just be there and soothe the critical voice. So all these things, the soother, the part of us that looks after the child in us, and our best friend, our own best friend, these are all awareness in essence, really. Because awareness knows, awareness is clear, awareness is wise, and awareness isn't affected by all the stuff that our chattering mind is affected by. So in these meditations we are trying to create, we're trying to open up, not create, trying to open up to this vast awareness that is already with us. It's who we are, and if we can open up more and more to that, then our own best friend becomes stronger. Our looking after of the child inside us becomes stronger. We're much more able to see the critical voice and soothe it. So this is what we're doing. We're just trying to contact and keep in contact with this awareness, this sense of being that steps aside from the chattering mind. So I hope that makes sense. It's quite a deep concept, but it is quite an important one. So anyway, we'll do the meditation, and maybe I'll refer to this as we go along, just to help make it a bit clearer. And good morning to Lou, who's just joined us a few minutes ago. So right, let's begin with a few deep breaths. Just breathing in fully, holding the breath for a couple of seconds, and then emptying the lungs completely. And doing that a few times. Okay, and just noticing how you are generally. What's your mental state? Are you feeling positive or a bit negative? Comfortable or uncomfortable in your mind? Busy or quiet? So whatever it is, it's okay. We're not fighting our mental state. We're just seeing it for what it is. And in fact, it's this awareness that is seeing it for what it is. And just accepting it. Awareness doesn't have any judgments. Awareness just sees what there is and doesn't try to change anything. Awareness is just aware. Noticing how we are emotionally, probably tied up quite a lot with our mind. And we can get overwhelmed emotionally. And it's harder to contact our awareness then. But our awareness is still there. If we can make contact with it, then negative emotions, we can see them for what they are. And maybe not suffer quite so much. And how are we physically? Achiness, tightness, or just feeling relaxed and comfy. Again, whatever the state of our mind, emotions or body, it's okay. where we're seeing them clearly with our awareness and allowing them to be as they are, because that's how they are. We can't just turn a switch and make them different. Noticing the weight of our body, just allowing the bed or the chair or the floor to take our weight. And just relaxing as much as we can. And bringing our attention now to the chest area, the breath coming and going. And there's something that knows that the breath is coming and going, and that the chest is rising and falling. Without thinking about it, we know, don't we? We know that there's movement in the chest. We can feel it. We can follow it without thinking about it. And this is our awareness. So bringing this awareness now to the bottom of the rib cage, in the center, and moving just behind it to make contact with the heart center, the chitta. This beautiful part of our body that's not physical. It combines the wise heart and the wise mind, the compassionate heart and the compassionate mind. And both of these are our awareness, our deep, deep awareness of the world and other beings, and of the way things are. So maybe you can feel this heart center, just a warm, beautiful feeling of a joyous feeling just behind the bottom of the rib cage. If you're having difficulty, just relax, don't worry about it, and think of somebody that you really love. Just let your mind be drawn towards somebody that you love so much, maybe a person or an animal. And then see what happens physically in this heart area. So in the busyness of each day, we forget about this heart mind, this chitta. Our minds are so busy that it just gets covered over. And what we're trying to do in any kind of loving kindness meditation is to open up this part of our being so that it's always present, always aware of the way things are. Always full of compassion for ourselves and others. So if we can, it's a good idea when we remember to just come back to this heart mind through the day. Just notice how it is. Because what happens is that we tighten up, things go wrong, our minds get in a state, and our body tightens up, and our heart mind closes down, or at least seems to close down. It's still there. So if we can come back to it regularly and just relax and allow it to open. So in this first stage, we're just taking stock of ourselves. Life isn't always easy. And sometimes we get impatient, don't we? We get cross with ourselves. We get cross with the world. And that's a very human thing to do. But if we can just stop for a moment when that happens and come into our awareness, we can notice the feelings in the body and feel these quite uncomfortable, unpleasant feelings in the body that are created by our negative emotion. If we see these with just clear awareness, without letting the mind affect them, we can see how painful they are. And we can give them love. We can give them kindness. We can snuggle up to these unpleasant feelings. And if we can do that, the negative emotion in our minds will begin to moderate. So if we can keep coming back to this awareness, this silent, peaceful awareness that's below all the negative emotions, then we can make contact with who we really are. And who we really are is this perfectly pure awareness. Always there, ready to be our best friend, the parent to our frightened child, and the soother of the critical voice. In a way, this awareness is the perfectly balanced grown-up within us. And we might find it difficult to contact this awareness, but if we keep meditating, it will emerge clear and bright and strong. So in the second part of this practice, we're just going to think about being our own best friend. And our own best friend is always there. We just don't notice that we're our own best friend because this best friend gets covered up with our chattering mind that is so frightened and worried and concerned about being safe, that it never stops. But if we can just try and allow the mind to settle, we can come into awareness of the present moment, this presence, this present awareness, this kindly awareness that is always there and is, in essence, our own very best friend. It's our pure self, our great potential. So when we're having problems in life, when life's a struggle, when emotions take over, can we come back to be our own best friend? Can we support ourselves? Can we be aware of the suffering that we're causing ourselves and look after ourselves? Allow ourselves to be just as we are, to see that we're okay. We don't need to be any different in this moment. Even if we've just humiliated ourselves, even if we've just been upset by somebody else, we're fine. We're fine just as we are. So can we be our own best friend? Always there, always ready to support ourselves. Always positive. So because of the way we've grown up, because of the events that have happened in our life, our experience, our ups and downs, within each of us there is also this, what we might see as a small child that's quite frightened, quite worried about being good enough, concerned to put on the right face to the world, concerned that we get on with people, concerned that things go right for us. And this critical child can lead us into a lot of suffering, a lot of feeling that we are not quite up to this life. But deep within us is this awareness, this pure awareness that is covered up by our chattering mind. And this awareness is like a grown-up, is like a fully mature grown-up person. And if we keep contacting this awareness, we can look after our own small frightened child. We can reassure it without even speaking or thinking. We can just take this child in our awareness and love it and reassure it and help it to grow up and feel safe. So can we be a grown-up to our own frightened small child? Can we hold its feelings and presence in our awareness? And now we're going to move on to engage with our critical voice. This part of us that always is there sitting on our shoulder, commenting on whether we've done well or badly. And when we do well, this critical voice gets overjoyed and a bit carried away. And when we don't do so well, this critical voice can be quite harsh and unpleasant. And this is just our chattering mind trying to keep us safe. This critical voice is really trying to help us. It's just going about it in completely the wrong way, completely misguided, always wanting us to be perfect. And we're not perfect. We're just fine as we are. We're trying to change all the time, but not in the way the critical voice wants us to change. So the critical voice isn't helpful to us in our path through life. But it doesn't know that. It's just a habit and experience from the past. So can we be kind to this critical voice? Can we have a sense of care for it? Can we be as aware as we can when the critical voice is telling us something? And can we, from the depths of our awareness, can we see that this critical voice isn't helpful? And instead of pushing it away, just give it love. Just soothe the critical voice with kindness. Reassure it that everything is fine. We're fine just as we are. Even if we make mistakes and act in ways that we'd rather not, that's in the past now. And all we have to do is to remember how we want to be, where we want to go, and to accept that we can't change what's already happened. So can we be really kind to our critical voice? So in the final stage, as we come towards the end of this meditation, just bringing the whole of ourselves back into our awareness. We have the chattering mind that's constantly there and has been with us for so long. And in this chattering mind, we have this sense of fear for our safety, not just physical safety, but safety in the general sense. We have worry and concern, upset, disappointment, anger. It's a very reactive, chattering mind. And it's not our fault. It's just a result of being human and of living our life and all the ups and downs in our life so far. So can we have a kindly attitude to this chattering mind? Can we see it for what it is? The whole mass of worries and opinions and judgments and wants and not wants, desires, aversion, so much going on. Can we just see it for what it is with our awareness, with our open, pure sense of the present moment? Can we just see this worried mind as it is? And can we have a sense of love towards it, a sense of care, a sense that it is just the way it is. We just need to see it as for what it is. And if we can do that, our awareness will grow and our chattering mind will begin to settle. So as much as possible, trying to stand back from this chattering mind and just watch it with awareness, moment by moment, with a sense of kindness and love and openness to it. Can we accept this chattering mind for what it is, without trying to stop it in any way? Not in this moment anyway. So just before we finish, coming back to the heart-mind, to the chitta behind the bottom of the middle of the rib cage, and just making contact with this sense of warmth and kindness. Without thinking about it, just bringing to mind somebody we love. Noticing if the heart center opens up. And allowing that opening up to spread throughout our being. Ready to engage with the world again in a kind and loving way, as much as we can through this coming day. So hello to Lou, Christine, Julia, Dana and Anne that joined us after we started. And that was a slightly different take on the normal Wednesday self-care meditation. I hope it was useful. It was quite a bit deep maybe, but really important that we do make contact with our awareness and see our awareness as the way forward. This being present in the moment is really fantastic. It's really the thing that lifts us from our suffering state of mind into something else that is beautiful and fantastic and just okay, just lovely. Yeah, so a couple of things just to mention what I mentioned at the beginning. If you weren't here, we're taking a break from these pyjama meditations. We'll be here this week until Saturday morning, and then we're having a 2-week break, mainly because I really need a break. I've had such a busy 3 or 4 months, and I'm going on holiday. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going on holiday. So we'll be back on Monday the 14th of September, and we'll be doing Monday to Friday from then on, because I'll be doing other things on a Saturday eventually. So we're here all this week anyway, so just to flag that up. And we have a newcomers course at the York Buddhist Centre beginning on the 21st of September, 4 Monday nights, all about Buddhism, and just giving you an overview and the way to deal with the way we're blown about in the world. Will teach you some very practical things about how to be happier, how to be more content in the world, and I'll be doing it. So it'd be great if you joined us. You can book online on our website, yorkbuddhistcentre.org. You can book on there. It's free, but you do need to book because we've got to limit the numbers. Okay. So thank you for coming today. Great to see you all. And I hope that was a useful meditation for you. And have a good day. Take care. And lots of love to you.